Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we will be continuing on in the 5th chapter of the game, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Alright, April 15th, Baker Street.
See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the deal let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him and all for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scarper. Always pays off, giving people a look like you ate them.
Oh, Gina. I can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day.
What I really wanted was that nice, shiny disc, mind.
Girl, that disc is nothing but trouble. I really believe that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I don't know. And especially once I saw McGilded's name on it.
The music box disc?
But Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windibanks again today.
Why not? That's not fair.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank.
But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck. Yep. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, and it's all your fault, Holmes.
Oh, Holmes. Sometimes I forget. So, what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
That's a nice offer, rather than having to work for your food or whatever. No, Todd.
Oh.
Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something?
Aw, but it was a nice offer.
Oh dear, she's gone.
Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. So she's a tsundere, eh? Isn't that the term? Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh? Oh, how exciting. What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Soto. Until later, then.
Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to head off. What a bustling place. Oh, London is such a fantastic city.
I mean, we could look at it again, but I doubt anything will come out of it. Yeah, nothing new. Alright. So where are we gonna go? Back to the... Yeah, let's just go back there first. Iris? April 15th, 3:46 p.m. Holmes' suite.
Ah, Susie and Bruno. Come in, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris. Oh, she's so cute. Long time no see. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always.
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
So it's tough being like... It's almost like being a wife or a mother, right? That you cook breakfast and then maybe you do a little cleaning. Ooh, excuse me. Gotta wake up. After breakfast, you gotta do some housework, and then you're already having to think about, I gotta start preparing dinner, because who knows how long it will take to cook. And then that's something that takes half the time for you to actually eat it, and that sucks, you know? But it is what it is. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining. Oh.
Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Jenny! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news. Oh. Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
I don't think she should be learning that kind of skills. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. She glares at him.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Holmes up to?
Shirley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Oh no, he's still in his dramatic phase. What's going on, bro? Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Oh, Sherlock. Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Shirley does.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Holmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
But it's reversed compared to how it should be. Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Good to think of it. I wonder where her real parents are. Uh-huh. You would assume Watson would have been her dad then.
What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Holmes? You're wondering, am I right?
How? How did you?
Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book.
This girl is dangerous. The girl is so dangerous. Like that song.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Okay, then let's talk.
So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
And you let her keep it, apparently.
Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
Oh, what a lovely tale.
Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Oh, that doesn't sound like best friends.
And I chase after her down the back alleys.
She's terrified of you.
Interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh,
There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Shirley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Shirley.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she actually does come.
alright. She's so funny.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Shirley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents?
Oh, she got serious.
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mummy passed away when I was born. And, oh, this is a new look for her. Oh, she looks so sad. Oh, it's so cute. And at around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Shirley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Shirley?
Yes. Daddy and Shirley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
Yeah.
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Holmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. Oh yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Holmes's partner was your father?
Exactly. Shirley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up.
And found your father's memoirs.
Yes, so I asked Shirley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
That's weird. Because it hasn't been that long since we got here. And we saw that he was, you know, working as a professor or whatever over in Japan. But, like, for him to completely abandon his daughter all those years, especially after his wife died, feels strange to me. Why would he do that? That doesn't seem like the Watson I know. I don't know, there must be some other reason, some other storyline going on behind the scenes here. A little sus.
So Iris's father was Mr. Holmes's partner.
Okay. Let's hear about good old Watson.
I've practically lived with Shirley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Shirley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean.
It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Holmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age.
Shirley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh? Well, she is smart.
Well, having lived with Shirley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually.
I'd always assumed Mr. Holmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
Oh no, Shirley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he's solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
The other day it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he'd just solved. So the very next day he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
You could say that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right. Watson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Watson. I learnt from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
It's ridiculous. I just noticed on her little backpack she has two little like a bunny and I don't know what the second one, maybe a bear? But that looks like Sherlock and her. That's really cute.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Watson.
Yep. He's putting two and two together. The trial of... Name of the victim.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Watson.
I'm sure he knows now.
That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan.
And we never learned the reason why for that one either. So we have two cases in this game that were kind of left open-ended. You know? The first case and the third case. So I am very excited now, seeing that we're going to be addressing both of these now. Wonder how it all ties together.
Mr. Sato,
Yes.
perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best. Yikes. Oh, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Ah, so you finally gotten over your little slump or whatever?
Mr. Holmes?
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? We tried. Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? I know I just saw you like 15 minutes ago, but still.
We've been with you for most of the day.
goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Holmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
Sir? Are you okay? How quickly does your memories disappear? Do you have that kind of amnesia? What the frick? Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows.
oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Mr. Soto. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc.
Oh my.
So you guys cleaned the blood off it already?
Then what's it doing here?
You know, at times, Mr. Nodohodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
You stole it? Sir?
Ah, Sherlock, why are you always like this? Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to do this. Especially if he's curious about something.
Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant.
See? Clearly he would have no problem with her learning the skill from Gina then.
And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we...
Oh. Come on, throat. I know her voice is high, but come on.
And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all of our menacing crime notifications.
Ooh, like phantom thieves, huh?
Yes, I'd be delighted.
I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Alright. What are you up to, Sherlock?
I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard.
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. The caramel? Did you bribe him with food?
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Holmes.
Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. Right? Woo! Alright, he said he'll take it down, hand it over. Police demand. We have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
Did he happen to have another music box disc on him? It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this.
That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Really? So you were able to burn and create another disc based off of that imprint? Wow. That's some high-tech stuff for y'all. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. Ah.
How extraordinary.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. That is pretty smart. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
Yes, it sounds, illegal.
From the image, I was able to create this, which explains why there's no blood on it. Okay. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Alright.
Do tell us then, Mr. Holmes. What music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
No idea.
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Runo?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's so cool. So this is clearly Sherlock's theme song, just in music box form. That's really awesome.
Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which used discs like this. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. If you don't have the correct device, then it won't play, right? That's what they were kind of saying earlier.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
Ah, I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. Sounds weird. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Wow.
Every single one? That's Shirley for you, always taking things too far.
But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. So here's what I would do if I was in their situation. First of all, knowing that McGilded was the one who had to use the disc or had a hold of it, I would try to find a way to see if, like, wherever they have his stuff stored, like his personal items, hopefully they would still have it somewhere. And I would try to find if the music box that he owns is within them and try to use that one. The only problem would be still, like, if they don't have it anymore, like if they sold them all already, then you have no way of tracking that down. I mean, maybe you do, but maybe not. It would be really difficult. But at the same time, that's probably a little simpler and easier than what he's gonna be doing, buying hundreds of music boxes and trying all of them.
But surely all the...
Wow, what's wrong with my tongue today?
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What?
Oh boy. Let's give him the smarter idea then. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case.
And you're gonna summarize it again.
Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion.
That's a horrible way to go, though.
Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial,
The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
Because it was pretty clear that he was still sus.
the murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason,
We still don't know, like, the motive. Why was this man killed, you know?
In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night.
I mean, those two are shady at the end. Gina and McGilded both hiding their eyes, you know?
And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
It would appear the case is not yet closed. Yep.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? You mean your violin?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Holmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Holmes's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was.
Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. No, I don't think so. We just saw firsthand how easy somebody could steal something.
And what about your Stradivarius, Shirley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up. Uh-huh.
Caused by a certain impetus someone not too far from me now.
Impetuous, not impetus. Don't know why I said that.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Shirley?
Oh, so that's the story that's there? Now we know that that might be important, considering...
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Oh, it's a classic. Wait. Wait. How did she know the title of it? Susato? That's a little suspicious. Uh-oh. Susato, no. What have you done?
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say?
I think we're going to have to hear from Susato. Oh boy, in the next episode. I'm a little concerned about what's going on here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time,
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.